Hey guys, I seem to have the most trouble with Facebook Lives, so I think we're going here. If you are live, comment hashtag live. If you are catching replay, comment hashtag replay. Also, I would love for you to tell me in the comments what you do. That way, as I'm going through, I can help you brainstorm, help you kind of throw some ideas out there for you because I know what to do. So this week's training is 4 simple steps to start selling online. And even if you are already selling online, I think there's going to be some really good information here for you. I have 2 pages of notes. I am super pumped. This is going to be packed with some really good information, I think. Also, because of that, I'm going to be referring to my notes a lot, so bear with me as I kind of refer to them because I want to make sure I don't forget anything. So this week's trainings, what it's going to look like is, so there's 4 days. It's a series of 4 trainings. So the first one is how to decide on a digital product or virtual offer. That is today. Tomorrow is how to generate interest with a lead magnet. Day 3 is how to promote your lead magnet and grow your email list. And day 4 is how to nurture your new email subscribers. So if you have not met me yet, I am Amanda. I am the founder of the Build Your Go-To Brand Facebook group. I own Anchor A Digital Design Co., and I primarily provide branding, logos, and websites for my clients. And I also offer some education and digital products, which I'll touch on a little bit here. So most of my work is online, probably about 90%, 95%. I have some in-person meetings with clients, but it happens very rarely. And so I am primarily an online business. As far as my clients, I would say about half of them are online businesses and half of them are in person. So there's a mix of who I serve. I offer some digital products. I have some on Creative Market, which is a platform for creative goods. I also have some funnels running to other digital products, and I have some classes on Skillshare. So that's kind of a look at my repertoire of online products and services to give you a little bit about my background. So that's where I'm coming from. And let's jump into how you can decide on a digital product or virtual offering for your business. Or even if you don't formally have a business, but maybe you're thinking about starting a side hustle, maybe you just want to bring in, maybe you want to keep your day job, but you just want to try out something new, see if you can get to work, or maybe you just want to see if you can bring in a little bit of extra income with an additional income stream. So these first 2 questions are for people who have in-person services, like you're a brick and mortar, or you physically have to meet with people to carry out your business. So to help you figure out what would be a good product or service virtual offer, first, what is your most popular in-person offering? So I want you to write that down. And then my second question for you is, how can you translate that into a virtual offer? And I'm not saying if you can, because there's most certainly a way that you can do it. It's just a matter of coming up with a way that you can do it. What was I going to say? It might not look exactly the same as your in-person offering, of course, because you're not meeting in person, but there most definitely is a way that you can turn it into a way that you can serve people online. And right now, I know this is really a very current topic for a lot of people since everyone's kind of stuck at home. Maybe you can't go to work right now. I know a lot of people have had to close their doors and are working from home. So this is very relevant for those of you. So a couple examples that I've seen are gyms and hair salons. These are just a couple examples. This, I'm sure, could work for any business out there. So if you are a gym, you could offer your classes online. I've seen people do like online boot camps. You'd have to figure out some tech stuff to go along with this, but it could be as simple as, you're not supposed to charge for having a Facebook group, but that, in my mind, is like the fastest, simplest way to do it. So I guess I want to put up the disclaimer that I'm not promoting that, but something similar where you have an online platform that you can deliver your classes. A hair salon is the other one that I've heard of. So I've heard of hairstylists doing like Zoom coaching, helping people dye their roots at home. So that is a way that they made it work, which is awesome. Ooh, another one is a photographer. She started doing porch photo shoots. So the family would, so with all the coronavirus stuff, you have to be like at least 6 feet away from people. So she would stand at least 6 feet away and capture families on their porch or in their yard playing. And so those are her porch photo shoots. So those are some really great ways that people have translated their physical business and made it work. Actually, and now that I say that, that's not really an online service. So but it is a good idea nonetheless. So you can, I guess, disregard that for the online service, but keep it in mind as far as being innovative. So, okay, if you are already online and you want to create a new offering, here are some thoughts for you. What is something that you do for your clients that they love? So maybe you send them a guide when you start working with them. Maybe you send them worksheets that they love. How can you translate some of this into a product offering? So this could be like if there are certain questions that people ask you over and over, that could be a really good idea for some sort of package that you can offer. So just start making a list, or even as you go through your day, keep in mind some of those things that keep coming up, that people keep asking about, or that have been really popular with your clients. Those can make really good offering ideas. Educating and teaching as a category is a really popular way to bring your services bring your what you do online. So in the past, have you done any sort of training that's performed really well already? Even, I want to say, if you blog, is there a blog post that you've done that performed really, really well? Going back to what are some of the questions that people ask you often, those can make really great topics for training courses or some like a form of education and teaching. So I want to go into what those offers could look like, because it's hard to imagine them in kind of like this nebulous sense. So if we look at more kind of concrete ideas, so this could be like a mini course, a full course, maybe it's like an online boot camp, maybe it's some sort of master class. I actually joined a membership just because this girl was offering one master class that I really wanted to see. You could do an online summit where you would organize multiple speakers on a specific topic and then charge an entry fee for people to join. You could do some sort of audio course, and what this might look like is one that I purchased in the past it's like 21 days or 30 days of audio clips, and it's the person teaching each day through an audio clip. So that's a really great way, especially if you are really good at talking and verbalizing your ideas, and that could be a really good option for you. A training session or any sort of coaching session is a great offering or great way to offer education and training. A 1 hour intensive. So what an intensive is like is where you're focusing on one specific topic and then using the hour to knock out as much as you can about that topic. A group coaching call is another option. Voxer Access has become a kind of a hot offer that I've heard a lot about lately. And what this would be like is like a day or 4 hours or however you would structure it of Voxer Access. And this was something that you can dive a lot deeper into. But basically, people have the opportunity to ask questions throughout the day, you answer them, etc. And the last one I mentioned before is a membership. Memberships are doing really well right now. I actually have signed up for a couple of them, and so you pay a monthly fee, and then you get, what I've seen so far is you get access to like a library of trainings and courses, and then also it usually includes some sort of community, like a Facebook group where you can ask questions and get feedback, and it often has like a monthly Q&A call, additional trainings inside the membership. So this could be a really good option for you as well. And I wanted to go back to the intensive as well. I actually recently did an intensive with someone to help me with a kind of a product offering of my own. And so through that hour, we hopped on a Zoom call, knocked out a bunch of stuff, and then she actually offered 7 days of support after, which I really appreciate. So that that is a really great way to structure an offering like that. Also related to online teaching is our platforms like Skillshare. Skillshare is very much for like tech and creative, but I know there are other platforms for other industries. So you would just need to find a platform that is related to your industry, but they are surely out there. I wish I had some others on the top of my head, but I know they're out there. I launched one class on Skillshare, I want to say like a year and a half ago, and it doesn't bring in like a ton of money by any means at this point. Per month, let's see, last month I brought in like $14, which is not a lot, but the idea is that I've seen it keep growing, so I'll add more classes and continue to see that grow. Next, the category I want to talk about is digital products. So if you want to create a digital product, I have a couple questions for you to start out with. First, look at some resources that you've created for yourself and your business. You most certainly have some Google Docs somewhere that you refer to often, and they might seem like nothing to you, but I guarantee that to someone else, they would find them to be really valuable. So some of those handy resources, some of your own cheat sheets can make really good resources as well. Even some of the best emails you've sent to people, I can think of when clients ask me questions about specific topics, I will often send back like very detailed, thorough emails, which they really appreciate. And these are some of the best content and can make really great content for digital products. They're packed with tons of info, super helpful. A couple that I can think of off the top of my head are clients often ask me how to prep for a brand photo shoot, how to get really good photos, how to communicate with their photographer, and this would make a really great digital product. And then another one that a question I often get asked is how they can get testimonials and Google reviews. And so I actually have turned this into a digital product. I went back through my emails, and that's the great part too, is that when you do this, you already have that content created. A lot of times it just looks like reformatting, putting it into a nice guide, and just polishing it so it's ready to go. The next question is there a marketplace in your industry? So one that I'm thinking of right now, a popular one is Etsy. And there are probably more for different industries. This is the one I'm most familiar with. But why these are so great, if you could start here, is because they have a built-in audience. And you don't have to, I mean, you still want to market your products because, and you still want to do all the SEO stuff, but when you have a built-in audience, it makes it much more likely that people are actually going to find and buy your product. A lot of times people start on these platforms and then move off of them to get rid of like all the fees and stuff. Because a lot of times these platforms take a pretty good cut of your payments, but when you are able to sell on your own, you get to keep most, I mean, there's always gonna be some fees, but you get to keep a larger chunk of your profits. And then the last thing is, could this digital product be part of a subscription? One of my clients actually just launched her own subscription for essential oil calendars. So each month she provides a new calendar for her subscribers, which is a really great way to put that in place. So for Creative Market, I have a few products on there now. I would, and to give you an idea of, this also is not a huge moneymaker for me, but it brings in extra each month, which extra is extra. So last month I brought in only $49.20, and I guess to say, which was really, an awesome extra little chunk of cash. But one of my biggest mistakes I want to share is that I created a class on Skillshare and just kind of let it sit. I created a product on Creative Market and just let it sit. What I should have done is created multiple classes on Skillshare and let them see how they did, and then created multiple products on Creative Market, so there are at least a few in each place. That is what I wish I would have done if I had gone back. It's funny because I had even been given that advice, but I didn't listen to it. But now I'm like, I should have done that. And why this is important is because I would say related to momentum. So on Skillshare, if someone saw one of my classes and they liked it, they're going to be likely to check out other classes. And on Creative Market, if they like one of my products, they're going to be more likely to check out other products. So on Creative Market, I was just depending on that one product and would just see sales come in here and there, which was awesome and fun. But I would have been able to build more momentum if I had gotten more products up sooner. And also on these platforms, you're more likely to get highlighted or promoted if you have more things to choose from, or more, kind of other things for people to look at if they go to your profile. So when you're deciding what you should offer, one thing you can always do is ask your audience. Ask them what they're interested in learning, what they would love to see from you, or ask them even what have been their favorite things that you have shared with them so far. That's a great way to gauge interest, to see what is most likely to sell and help you validate your offer. The next thing I want to say is, what are you passionate about? So, oh my gosh, there's a bird that keeps running into my window right now. He's been doing it all day. I apologize if you can hear it. As far as what you're passionate about, if you are not passionate about what you're creating, it's going to be really hard to sell it. So you need to be passionate, and also it's going to be hard to promote it. If this is something that you want to do for the long haul, it needs to be something that you can continually kind of come back to and have the energy to do so. So now I'm distracted by this bird. Going into what you need. So with all of this, with any sort of digital product, what you need is a way for people to pay for it and a way to deliver it. So like I talked about the tech of, if you're doing some sort of like online boot camp for your gym, you're gonna have to figure out a way for people to view your videos, some way to like gate the access so that only people that are paying are able to view it. And this can be, I will admit, some of this tech is probably some of the most complicated part of selling online, but my advice to you would be keep it simple. When you're getting started, just do what works, just keep it as simple as you can, and then you can always expand after that. As far as a way for people to pay, there are a lot of really great online platforms. And so I'm going to share 3 of my favorite that I've seen so far that work really well. So the first one is Square. Square makes it super easy if you want to sell individual products, or if you want to do like individual services. And what I've seen, it like breaks out into like a menu. It's super convenient and looks really, really nice. Samcart is another one. This is a great way to do like one-off sales pages, one-off landing pages for products. I personally use this. You can always add a shop to your website. I think about every CMS now has the option to add a shop. I will be adding WooCommerce to my shop. Right now I'm using Samcart because it allows the option. I'm getting a little complicated right now to do like upsells and order bumps. And this is something I can talk about in another video if you're interested, but that's an option I chose because of those features. PayPal is another super easy one. So that is, that's another great option, and ton of people have PayPal, super great way to go. So with all this, I want you to like absolutely comment if you have questions. I want to hear what comes up for you as you watch this training, and I hope you found it to be super informative. I really loved planning all of this out, so I hope you find this to be super helpful. And let's see, tomorrow's training is how to generate interest with a lead magnet. So go ahead and watch out for that training, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.